The only reliable way to get these two people to work is for Prince Harry to step out. They'll go months and months on Greek yachts and on vacation, but when Prince Harry steps out, these two are gonna lock right in. Not only did Kate Middleton surprise join William today, right before Harry stepped out to the Well Child Awards in the UK, William has set up 3 events in a week, which is more than he has done in years. And that's because Prince Harry has 3 events on the same days that William is going to also be working. So if you want to see these two out and about doing something for all of their taxpayer-funded dollars, then you better also check around for Prince Harry, because he will no doubt be somewhere near them. And this is why the royal family is so short-sighted and, let's just say, stupid, because they could have had Harry and Meghan working part-time in a totally different country. They could have been elsewhere, not stepping on these two. But you would have gotten more work out of these two, and you would have also had access to Harry and Meghan, which are clearly the only 2 people that this whole family cares about.
Oh, what a spectacle of cowardice and calculation we witnessed when Kate Middleton, ever the dutiful consort, joined her trembling husband Prince William to pay tribute to the late Queen Elizabeth II. The timing? Impeccable, if your goal is to dodge a confrontation with the one royal who actually uses his brain, Prince Harry. The moment Harry's plane left the tarmac, William, that quivering shadow of a prince, scurried out to lay his flowers and play the grieving grandson. What a big, blazing red question mark this raises. Is it a grudge, jealousy, or just raw, unfiltered terror of his younger brother? Spoiler alert, it's all of the above, with a heavy dose of William's paralyzing fear of Harry's intellect, which burns 10 times brighter than his own dim flicker. Let's set the scene, shall we? The nation mourns Queen Elizabeth II, a titan whose reign spanned decades and whose legacy looms larger than any royal ego could ever hope to. The tributes should be solemn, heartfelt, a moment for unity and reflection. Enter William, the heir to the throne, whose every move screams insecurity and doubt. He couldn't even muster the courage to share the same air as Harry, his estranged brother, whose mere presence seems to send him into a tailspin of anxiety. Harry, with his sharp mind and fearless candor, had paid his respects and left, likely unaware of the seismic panic his departure triggered in William's fragile psyche. The second Harry was gone, William swooped in with Kate by his side, all solemn faces and carefully curated grief on display. What a performance! What a shame it truly is! A man who fancies himself the future king, reduced to scheduling his public mourning around his brother's travel itinerary. Pathetic doesn't even begin to cover it, does it? Let's not mince words. William is terrified of Harry, plain and simple. Terrified of his younger brother's wit, his authenticity, his ability to connect with people in a way William can only dream of achieving. If I had a sibling whose brain worked 10 times harder than mine, I'd be rattled too, wouldn't you? But William, he's not just rattled, he's paralyzed with fear. The man is so afraid of being outshone that he waits for Harry to clear out before daring to step into the spotlight. It's not just a grudge, it's a full-blown inferiority complex dressed up in royal finery and tradition. And poor Kate, dragged along to prop up her husband's flimsy ego, playing the loyal wife while William cowers in Harry's shadow. What a sad, sorry display of royal insecurity. The tribute itself? A hollow gesture overshadowed by the glaring question of why William couldn't face Harry. Was it jealousy over Harry's global appeal, his ability to speak truth to power and walk away from a toxic institution? Or was it fear that Harry, with his incisive mind and unapologetic honesty, would steal the moment without even trying? The answer is both, wrapped in a bow of William's own inadequacy. Harry doesn't need a crown to command attention. His intelligence and charisma do that effortlessly. William, on the other hand, clings to his title like a life raft, knowing full well he's outmatched. The late Queen, a woman of steel and wisdom, deserved better than this petty, time-to-avoid Harry charade. Let's talk about Kate for a moment. She's poised, polished, the picture of royal grace. But what must it feel like to be tethered to a man so visibly intimidated by his own brother? She stands by William, offering her quiet strength, but you can almost see the exhaustion in her eyes. She's married to a man who can't even share a moment of national mourning with his sibling without turning it into a strategic chess move. Kate's loyalty is admirable, but honestly, it's wasted on a husband who'd rather play hide-and-seek with Harry than face him head-on. She deserves better than being a prop in William's ongoing melodrama, a supporting actress in his one-man show of insecurity. Now let's peel back the layers of this royal soap opera and see what's really going on beneath the surface. William's fear isn't just about Harry's smarts, it's about what Harry truly represents to the monarchy. Harry walked away from the monarchy, called out its flaws, and built a life on his own terms, far from royal expectations. He's a living rebuke to everything William stands for: duty over truth, image over substance, tradition over change. Every time Harry speaks, whether it's about mental health, systemic racism, or his own family's failures, he exposes the cracks in the royal facade for all to see. William, meanwhile, is the poster boy for that facade, all stiff upper lip and empty platitudes holding the line. He's not just scared of Harry's brain, he's scared of what Harry's courage reveals about his own lack of it, deep down. No wonder he waited for Harry to leave before making his grand entrance, avoiding confrontation. Facing Harry would mean facing his own shortcomings, and honestly, that's a mirror William can't bear to look into. Not yet. The late Queen, God rest her soul, was no stranger to family drama, nor to the storms that often swirled around her family. She weathered decades of it, from high-profile divorces to public scandals, and even Harry's dramatic exit from royal duties. But even she, with all her composure, might have raised an eyebrow at William's spineless manoeuvring. This was her moment, a rare chance for her heirs to honour her legacy with dignity and unity. Instead, William turned it into a game of royal chicken, dodging Harry like a coward dodging a duel, refusing to even meet his gaze. What a disgrace to her memory, and to everything she stood for. The Queen was a unifier, a woman who faced challenges head-on, never shying away from adversity. William, her grandson and heir, can't even face his own brother without breaking into a cold sweat and looking away. If that's not a big, glaring red question mark over his fitness to lead, I honestly don't know what is. And let's not ignore the optics. The public isn't stupid. They see through this. They see William's carefully timed tribute for what it is, a desperate attempt to control the narrative and avoid being upstaged. But here's the kicker. Harry doesn't even have to try to upstage him, he just does. His every move, from his philanthropy to his raw, honest interviews, radiates a confidence William can only envy. Harry's brain works overtime, cutting through the royal fog with clarity and purpose. William, meanwhile, is stuck in first gear, plodding along with his scripted speeches and stage-managed photo ops. It's no wonder he's terrified. Harry's not just a threat. He's a walking reminder that William's crown is just a prop, not a personality. So, what's the real story here? Is it a grudge, born of years of sibling rivalry? Sure, that's part of it. William's always been the golden boy, the heir, the one destined for greatness. But Harry, the so-called spare, turned out to be the star. Is it jealousy? Absolutely. Harry's freedom, his intelligence, his ability to live authentically, it's everything William can't have. But at its core, it's fear. William is scared to death of being exposed as the lesser brother, the one who inherited the title but not the talent. He's so afraid of Harry's brilliance that he'd rather skulk in after Harry's gone than risk standing side by side. What a shame. What a colossal, embarrassing shame. This isn't just about a tribute gone wrong. It's about a man who's supposed to lead a nation but can't even face his own family. Kate, radiant and resolute, deserves better. The Queen, whose legacy demands respect, deserves better. And the public, watching this sad little drama unfold, deserves better. William's fear of Harry isn't just a personal failing, it's a royal tragedy. A big, bold question mark hangs over Buckingham Palace, and it's not going away anytime soon. Until William finds the courage to step out of Harry's shadow, he'll remain what he's always been, a prince in name, but a coward in spirit.